It feels amazing. You know, Transformers is a huge part of my life. I was a Beast Wars fan as a kid growing up, so you know, being here right now is a dream. But also being in this film with these characters that I grew up with is crazy. So and doing it in Brooklyn, like King's Theater, this is legendary right now. I played baseball a few blocks away at Parade Grounds at Prospect Park. You know, so you know, shout out to all my people in Brooklyn. I love y'all, man, and you know, we did it for the city. Peru was incredible, you know, being in Machu Picchu, going to Tarapoto to the jungle, and I never experienced heat like that in my life. It was crazy, and then being in Cusco, 11,000 feet above sea level, and like we had oxygen tanks and oxygen masks on set, and yeah, it was crazy. It took days to acclimate to the altitude, but again, the food, the people, the culture, the spirit of Peru was just like it's something that I can't express how much gratitude I have for all of that.
The appeal is Transformers. I was blown away, but of course, yeah, I couldn't believe it was in the 90s, which is all my favorite stuff. It's Sandler, The Mask, it's Wu-Tang, it's all my favorite hip-hop. It's the best. Steven's the best. I'm very excited to be here. Steven gets all the credit, man. He called me and he's like, let's have some fun in the booth. He showed me a cut and we kind of just, you know, made this thing together and had a really good time, but he was just like, go nuts in the booth and have fun, and I'm really psyched. I can't believe like I'm even here, really. Like, this is crazy. This is really, really cool. It's everything. I grew up watching this stuff. I was like, as I was pulling up here, I was like, oh, wow, this is wild. Yeah. As you can see, I've not done many of these, but yeah, this is really sick. I'm stoked. The movie's amazing, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. It's really cool. This thing is crazy, man. I mean, like, just as far as like the action, besides like, you know, Ramos and Dominique are amazing, and everybody's great in it, but like, you really could tell who's fighting who, like the way that Steven directed it, and just the music and everything, the whole vibe. It's a really crazy experience, and I'm very excited for everyone, and I'm super excited just to be a little part of it.
It's a big summer blockbuster fun spectacle that gets people into the movie theaters, which is really important. And hopefully the smaller films can follow in the footsteps, getting people into the movie theaters, because we're all, you know, one big group, one big tribe, the big movies and the smaller movies. If we can share the screens together, then it's all worth it. Well, I remember I was living in Williamsburg, Brooklyn in the 90s, which felt like a wasteland of Transformers back then, because nobody was living out there. And the music from the 90s, which this is infused with, it has a lot of fun to it, while threatening the entire universe. So no, I'm very excited. I love Anthony Ramos. I've known him for a while because my brother plays violin for Hamilton, and he was in the original cast of Hamilton. And I saw like opening night before it was Broadway, down at the Public Theater, and it was just, I remember seeing him and going, that guy, he is incredible. I think it is the fun of it. I think it is the humor with the whole thing of the universe might be destroyed. And, you know, I think kids, now adults, have the association with the toys growing up. My son is now playing with the toys just like kids from the 80s used to do. So it's just hand in hand with all of that. I guess the intimacy with playing with the toy and then seeing it on the big screen.
It was a dream come true. I always wanted to act since I was a kid, and I watched a lot of Disney and a lot of even Steven, Shia, going from that show to Transformers. I said, man, I have to do something like that. I was kind of piecing it together in my head, but I never could have imagined that it would actually be Transformers. We filmed on Machu Picchu, which is a sacred land, and then we went down from Machu Picchu to the jungle of Tarapoto, and so everything that you see in the movie, like it's not CGI, it's real, and it's amazing, it's incredible. We're in Brooklyn tonight. I'm from Brooklyn, East New York. My character's from Brooklyn, East New York. Anthony's from Brooklyn, Bushwick, and so is his character. So I'm excited for our families to see themselves, feel represented, feel their culture and their neighborhoods and their music represented in such a big and a very special way.
It's kind of an honor when you enter into a franchise that is as part of the American quilt as this one is. I mean, it's been with us almost 2 decades. So many important voices have been part of it, and you feel as though you're being handed the reins to something that you better be careful with, and you better show a lot of love and honor to. Stephen Cable, who directed this, has infused a lot of very, very modern American culture into this, which is going to give it a completely new feel and a new look and a new sound. It's always fun to play a character who is as fierce and as badass as Primal is, and but particularly what was most attractive to me about him was the size of his heart was almost greater than the size of his muscle. The love he has for the people he's been sworn to protect is infinite and profound, and so that's true heroism. And when you're an actor, you look for that. Movies have had such a profound effect on me, and I think there is, I'm just a kind of a representation of how it affects everybody, the whole world. It's the best exploration we have into the human condition. It allows people to realize when they watch other people suffering and banging into things and finding their way to higher ground, to realize they're not in it alone, that they're not the first ones to have their hearts broken, they're not the first ones to have to fight for something that no one else is standing with them for. And movies have taught me everything there is that I needed to know about how to be a man, what kind of man I wanted to be, and what I needed to stand for in life.
Autobots, transform and roll out to a theater near you. This is overwhelming, we don't often get to see this side, and it's from the feelings that I'm getting here this evening. It's from the people that have seen it. They're saying it's really great, and that just makes me feel so relaxed, that it's been well received. Steve Caple is a fabulous director, and what he's put together. And I'm not blowing smoke. I mean, I worked with this young man, and he is so talented, he's insightful, he has a sense of so many things, and he pulled it off, and he made everything take on a new light. So I probably have I've heard more than once that this is the best one ever.
Give it up for Car, everyone. Good, okay? Okay, I'm going to post it on social media, okay? Yeah, see, my friend, you too.
Bumblebee, baby, I got taste.
We got a better audience, everybody. All clap we can. All right, friends, we got some more giveaways. What are you excited most for everyone to get? I just saw Anthony Ramos at the beginning of the carpet. Trophy first. Obviously, some of the filmers in the Georgia to bring it to everyone here. What are you excited for everyone? Mirage is correct. There you go. Congratulations. My guy in the making at the back. Okay, no idea what's going on. Transformers is live. Congratulations. Very excited. Yeah, exactly. My favorite Transformer growing up. Growing up, Optimus Prime, but that's because I was. Just be careful. Good. Original cartoon. Good. Not.
I'll start with you guys up here. Thank you. Beautiful.